Good morning, everyone. Today is December 10th, 2019, which means we are 21 days away from the end of the year and the beginning of 2020. I wanted to take my broker moment today to just remind everybody about some advertising guidelines as it pertains to teams and fictitious names. The first thing that I wanted to remind on is pretty simple. Have everybody check your license today and make sure that the name on your license that's issued by DPOR is matching what you're advertising as. For example, someone whose name is Joseph Smith might want to go by Joe Smith out to the public. If Joe Smith is not listed on Joseph Smith's license, he can't advertise to the public as Joe Smith. So we just have to make sure that we are all advertising under the name that's issued on our license by DPOR. That is a good segue into team and group advertising. Many of us advertise under fictitious names, and if we don't have that fictitious name listed with DPOR as an actual entity that has a license that's associated with our individual license, we're not allowed to advertise that way. For example, my business when I was selling was SML Homes. If I didn't have a license issued by DPOR in the name of SML Homes, I could not have my email address as SML Homes. I couldn't have SML Homes on my sign or my website because I didn't have an actual license issued by DPOR with that name, okay? They took it a step further a year ago and they decided that anyone who's advertising in these fictitious names that makes it appear to the public that you're a team or a group, even without the words team or group in your name, you have to meet additional requirements in order to advertise under that fictitious name. So you have to have more than one person working with you, and you have to have a license under that name. So if I was advertising as SML Homes and I didn't have another person working with me as an admin, I wouldn't be allowed to advertise as SML Homes to the public, right? I would have to simply advertise as Shannon Lauderstein, Realtor, okay? So please go back and look at how you're advertising, how your license is held, if you have a business license. Remember, if you have a business license issued by DPOR, you don't actually have to advertise under that name. You can still choose to advertise as your individual name and just be paid through the business that you set up that required you to get that DPOR license, right? So if I was advertising as Shannon Lauderstein, I would still have SML Homes be paid because that's my LLC. And for tax purposes, I consulted with my accountant and decided it was better to have everything go through the business and then pay me a salary as an employee of the business and not just have everything go into my personal bank account. All right. I hope that helps you guys. If anybody has questions, if you don't think that you're advertising under the right regulations, or if you need help in filling out the application for DPOR, please let me know. The email that was sent out a couple months ago with the marketing guidelines, it will cover DPOR. It also covers Maryland and DC because there are certain words that you can't have in your names, according to Maryland very specifically, where Virginia is kind of like a guide. You know, they don't want you to do certain things, but it's not a hard line, where Maryland is a hard line. They don't want real estate in the name. They don't want anything that makes the public, think that it could be a standalone office. So please reference that. Please reach out to me, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day.